Hello and welcome back to the Meeting Point English, and in this lesson we'll be discussing the order of adjectives. When we use more than one adjective, there is a specific order in which we use them. Remember, it's very unusual to use more than 2 or 3 adjectives at a time, but if we do, this is the order that we use them in. So, before we do the adjectives, we'll begin with the determiner. So a determiner is anything like a and the, my, his, her, their, this, that, some, many, any, etc. Words like that are called determiners. The next word, the first of the adjectives, will be the opinion. If you have an opinion about the thing you're describing, that will be the first thing you say. If you think it's nice or lovely or wonderful or horrible or horrendous or disgusting, your opinion will always go first. Next is the size, followed by the age, then the shape, the colour, which includes light and dark, the origin, the country of origin or the place of origin will come next. Sometimes this origin word might come under specifiers. We'll come back to that in a moment. But the origin is there before the material, what it is made of. And then we have the specifier. Now the specifier often comes in the form of a compound. For example, we have swimming pools. It's a pool of water which is used for swimming. A sleeping bag is a type of bag in which we sleep. Running shoes are shoes that we use for running. So often this specifier adjective will be part of a compound. It's often using a present participle. The verb ending in ing is very common as a form of adjective to describe a noun. It can also be a past participle in words like frozen food, homemade cakes. Again, they're very much part of a compound. And included here, I've put things like school bus, football boots. Of course, these are not really adjectives. Quite often we'll have a noun plus noun compound, but the first noun functions in a similar way to an adjective. So I'll put them here. Because it's part of this compound, it is a specifier, but often you will find things written as one word. You might get a word like lighthouse, for example, which is only one word. So it's actually made of a noun and a noun. And finally in this category, I've put words like French and Welsh. Now, as I've said before, these could appear under the origin, but sometimes we have a very specific use for them. So a French window is a specific type of window. It's not necessarily a window that came from France. And a Welsh dresser is a specific type of furniture. Doesn't necessarily have to come from Wales. It's a style that we describe as Welsh, the same as a French window. So sometimes the origin might be part of a compound, so the specifier and the noun always stick together. Let's look at some examples then. Remember, we rarely use more than 2 or 3 adjectives at a time. Let's take this for example. What's this? Well, we can say it's a bus. A bus. And let's add some more information. We could say it's a red bus. It's a big red bus. Remember, size before colour. This is possibly the most important in the order of adjectives. Put the size before the colour. If you say a red big bus, everybody will understand, but it will sound a bit strange. Now I could put London under specifier. Again, it's not an adjective really, but we do use that as a specific type of bus. People often refer to these as London buses. So we could use it as our final adjective under the specifier column. A big red London bus. What do we have here? We have boots. We have some boots. We can say some boots. We could say a pair of boots. A pair of boots. A pair of old boots. A pair of old leather boots. And if we want to say that they are brown, they will be old brown leather boots. Not brown old leather boots, not leather old brown boots, but a pair of old brown leather boots. What's this? These are apples. Here we have some apples. We could be more specific and say 3 apples. Use 3 as a determiner. 3 green apples. Now, if you think they're delicious, that should be the first piece of information you put before the colour green. 3 delicious green apples. Who is this? This is my grandma. My grandma. My lovely grandma. I think she's lovely, so I'm going to use lovely as my first adjective before I add old. My lovely old grandma. And grandmas are often little, aren't they? But we'll put little between lovely and old. My lovely little old grandma. And she comes from Ireland, so I'll put Irish there. My lovely little old Irish grandma. And that is how you use the order of adjectives. Hope that was useful to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe and everything else. And I'll see you in the next video.